Welcome, humans and humanoids, to Breaking Bread with Shmuppi. All right, everyone. This is the interview show where we invite streamers, content creators, people of the like to share a snack, kick back, and talk about the things that really matter in this life. Tonight's special guest is a real treat, the versatile June Juley. Welcome. All right. Yeah, and really quick, where can our viewers find you?
Currently live on Twitch, and you can also find me on Blue Sky. The handle is going to be the same on both of them. It's going to be JuneJuleyVT. That's JuneJuleyVT.
Excellent. All right. And are we ready to begin the interview all about snacks and stuff?
Well, I certainly love snacks,
All right. Do you
and I was
have
ready to
any?
deliver me.
Awesome. Do you have any snacks with you today?
Well, I just have a bottled water, but I'll have to make that last.
Excellent. Yeah, thankfully, this interview doesn't usually run too long. So, how long have you been streaming?
I have actually been streaming for just about 3 years now.
Excellent. All right. So, what was your first streaming experience like? Were you doing video games?
Actually, yes. The first ever game I streamed was I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it was the Bloodborne demake. That it was a fan project that essentially took the PlayStation 4 game Bloodborne, and it basically the as the name implies demade it to make it look like it was a PlayStation 1 game.
All right, excellent. We're having a quick technical difficulty. I'm going to fix something on my end really quick. Excellent. So you are a RPGs person. It sounds like Bloodborne is a Soulsborne type of game, but also it
Mhm.
definitely seems to attract people who like RPGs and the sort. It has that sort of fantasy edge and flamboyance, wouldn't you say?
Well, I definitely think that is an apt descriptor of me as well. And yeah, I would say that I have tried to theme my channel around, RPGs and tabletop games. My avatar is actually based off of my Pathfinder character, who was originally a D&D character that I ported over to that system.
Oh, really? So you started with D&D and moved on to Pathfinder. What edition of D&D did you start with?
I started with, if I remember correctly, it was the kind of uh, 3.5 edition. It was a fair while back. I don't quite remember too much about it, but I played a rogue, and I did not play for some time until about high school, and
Mhm.
I basically brought that character back, except I changed their gender from a male to female, and uh, I guess that was where it all started.
Yeah.
Without a so so yeah, I from there I played a rogue, and I named her June just because uh it was kind of a pun on June and July,
Mhm.
so her name was June Juley.
That's what I thought before, when we first met, um like like months ago. That's what I first thought. Is it June, July? So the pun remains to this day. It definitely gives you something to think about.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. And the Pathfinder story going from 3.5 to Pathfinder is a very common story. I know a number of people who've gone that way. And you are
Mhm.
continuing to play Pathfinder to this day, correct?
Yes, actually. So it was, like I said, it was originally a 3.5 edition character. I remade them in 5e, and then I ported them over per se to Pathfinder whenever I did the campaign that I've been streaming for about 2 years now on Twitch. I play June as
Mm-hmm.
another rogue, although that is not actually her real name. It's an alias that she uses. Her real name is actually Rosie Valencia, and
Awesome.
mhm, it's honestly been. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it. The
Yeah,
journey that.
chat is saying D&D ain't D&D unless someone at the table's discovering something about themselves. Very
Yeah,
true.
thank you, Sanguine. Yeah, um, I as I kind of alluded to there, yes, as uh, playing June did kind of help me discover things about myself, as I am sure you guys can see the button I'm wearing. And uh, yeah, to uh, to make a long story short, uh, I've come out as gender fluid. I prefer to go by she, her while I'm on stream, but I am comfortable using he or they. I uh, I still am not struggling with the identity, but like I'm still kind of grappling with it a bit. I have a very loving and supporting community of friends. I am part of a group called the Disaster Gaze. They are some longtime VTuber friends I have made streaming these past 3 years, and they have been absolutely wonderful. And I am very gracious to call them friends, and they have helped me on my journey.
That's absolutely lovely to hear. A supportive peer group and community is one of the best things you can have. And hey, if your community is positive, you know what they say, the community reflects the streamer. And yeah,
Hmm.
at the when you were discussing your personal journey with tabletop games, which as chat, hi everyone in chat, hi everyone in chat.
Hi, chat.
As chat has mentioned, yeah, it's not D&D unless somebody is discovering something about themselves. I was curious if it was in reflection of your own life journey. Um, but speaking of that life journey, to kind of pivot into the light and the snacky, if you're playing 3.5, it sounds like you probably played at a time when snacks were still there at the table, when physical gaming dominated. Is that correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. What are
And
your essential tabletop snacks when you have the chance to game in person?
well, definitely something that doesn't leave a lot of crumbs, and definitely nothing that leaves you know as you call it, like the Cheeto dust on your
Yeah.
fingers, because you definitely don't want that rubbing off on your dice when you're rolling them.
Oh yeah, or on
But
sticky
as
pages.
Oh yeah, but as far as essential snacks, I would have to say either a drink in a coaster that is spill proof, so it doesn't like knock over everything, and definitely some finger foods. Like, I personally love granola. It is a very I wouldn't say like trail mix, like obviously the journey
Yeah.
is on the table, but not uh but I definitely like granola, some uh like crackers, just definitely things that, you know, aren't gonna make a mess and taste yummy.
I definitely agree. I love granola. My keyboard, oh man. Excuse me one second. When I cleaned out my keyboard, there was about like a whole Nature Valley packet's worth of granola that I shook out of that thing. But yes, I definitely agree. In my experience, tabletop gaming in person, like Cheetos and Cheeto-like things, Doritos are lovely, but man, do they get on your character sheets. All right. So, Other food related questions. Do you refrigerate your ketchup?
Oh yeah, like, isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I'm positive it's what you're supposed to do, but I have been places like super up north where, to my surprise, I've known people who don't refrigerate their ketchup, and even though it says definitely says it on the label, like you'd be surprised.
And how does it not spoil then? Like, do they
Ah,
not like notice it getting bad or
I don't
stale?
I don't know, man. I have lived in some radically different climates in my life and have noticed that food spoilage really does differ according to like humanity and like did I say humanity or humidity? According to humanity, the ketchups that man hath wrought. Like so says the condiment wizard. Um, I don't even know. Chat base cannon says, "Imagine letting your ketchup become runny." Couldn't be me. Oh man, I've heard some horror stories about ketchup left at restaurants. That's a place where sometimes
Oh
ketchup
yeah,
is left at
when the
room
ketchup,
temperature.
you get the bottle of ketchup and like you go to squirt it, and it just like it just spits out like some watery like juice
Yeah,
all over your food, and just like I don't want to eat it now.
yeah. Oh man. Speaking of things like that, uh, a deal breaker for some. Does cilantro taste soapy to you?
Cilantro, uh, hmm, I can't say that I've eaten cilantro here recently, but soapy. I don't think that'd be the way I describe it. The devil's
Awesome.
herb.
The devil's herb. Yeah,
I know about the devil's lettuce, but not the devil's herb.
the devil's herb. So it's interesting. There's some people who have a genetic factor where their taste buds pick up a soapy taste from it, and I think if you had
Really?
that factor, yeah, I think if you did, you would immediately have that reaction. Um, so. We're gonna get philosophical. My viewers will know that I've personally harassed them and basically held them at gunpoint to make them answer this question. So, all right, let me
Oh
describe a
boy.
scenario. You are served upon a plate a slice of cake with a scoop of ice cream on it. You eat this as a dessert. Would you say that you have had one or two desserts?
That depends. Was the dish specifically made to have the ice cream on it? Or
Yeah,
was
like
it
it's a
just you
birthday
had
cake.
a okay, like ice cream birthday cake? Then that is one whole dessert because it is explicitly made. If you just had like a slice of cake and a slice and a pint of ice cream in your fridge and you just put them together, then that'd be two desserts. But if it was like an ice cream cake that's specifically made to be one dessert, then it's one dessert, in my opinion.
What? I'm kidding. No, that's fine. I'm of the opinion that if it's served as one dessert, it's one dessert. Like I feel like ice cream and cake is together one singular event, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's just
Mhm.
during some gaming streams when I'm tense, I will threaten to explode the chat if they disagree with me.
Wait, is the ice cream on the cake or on the side or on top?
Oh, on
I
top,
mean,
on
I've
top.
seen.
Which
Mhm.
brings into question does the modifier of adding toppings on top of it like a sundae make it two desserts? Which I say yes, because like if you make it a sundae type thing on top of that, then
Mhm.
you're adding a whole other dessert's worth of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's like you say like oh I'm just having like a little snack and then you just add like more and more into it like or it's basically like a whole like meal like
Yeah.
that's like cheating.
Ah.
Ice cream top is just a la mode. That's one dessert. Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. If you can get a pie a la mode or cake a la mode on a menu, I would agree with that. Um, Speaking of things like that, I can think of some good like pie a la mode, cake a la mode animated. Is there any like? Can you think of a best animated food or a food in a movie that you've always wished you could have?
Are we talking about an animated film or like a live action film?
Animated film.
Okay. Like what they say about, oh, Ghibli food looks so delicious.
Yeah.
I would have to say that I would really like to try that what do they call it? Like the meat on a stick, like or meat on bone kind of little anime food. I
Oh,
know like
yeah,
there
yeah.
are just the like the way they animate it so like juicy and like
Like
just like melt in your
Lupin
mouth.
or Castlevania.
Yeah, yeah. I know there are some people that actually have like made like real life versions of that where it's more like they kind of make like a ground beef or like they uh basically cook like a slab of meat around like a bone and like kind of like make it like a makeshift drumstick.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah. Rebuild the meat.
or like the Minecraft movie where they had the lava chicken and Jack Black takes out like a chunk of it and it's like still all blocky,
Yeah.
but the inside looks all like I swear they must have like dunked that thing in water because that thing was like so wet.
Glossy.
Yeah, glossy.
There's got to be like a lacquer they put on it. Food for filming is a whole
Oh
art.
yeah. I actually did a lot of AV classes in high school. So I do know like they kind of taught us
Oh.
this in uh yeah, like they taught us about ethos, pathos, and logos, like the different ways that commercials and shows appeal to you. And they also told we did like a behind we saw like a little behind the scenes film about how they uh kind of pretty up the foods for like commercials and stuff like that. Like will they'll assemble the burger and they'll like get like a little uh turkey baster and they'll like like jab it like just barely in there and they'll squeeze like the ketchup out and it makes it look like all the ketchup's like overflowing or
Yeah.
they'll mix like uh not like glue but uh they the cheese on this that you see on like the pizza and stuff that's not like real and it's just like made to look like really extra gooey, you know. It's just all like the flair and stuff.
The too
Have
good
you
to
ever
be
seen
true
those like
touches.
Mhm. Have you seen those like memes of like expectation versus reality? Like you see like the Big Mac
Yeah.
from and like it's like huge and it's like juicy and like the lettuce is all crisp and then the reality and it's just like a sad little burger with like the cheese like half fallen off.
Squash.
Not like your burger. Your burger looks delicious. Maybe I
Oh
should try
yeah.
a bite of that.
Oh yeah, this burger looks great. It's got spirulina in the bun. It's what makes it green. Speaking of not like spirulina is my kryptonite or anything, but do you have any foods that are like your kryptonite? Like if you eat it, it's like just the worst, would ruin your day if you were made to eat it.
Oh yeah, that would definitely have to be uh well, it depends on how it's cooked because for me it's onions. I just do not like onions.
Oh, really? In like all applications?
About most applications, yeah, just because uh I don't know. It just doesn't like it's not a deal breaker. It's not an absolute deal breaker, but
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know if it was just because I ate them when I was little and I didn't like them. You know, like some kids don't eat like broccoli. I mean, broccoli is fine. I remember watching uh, all of the cartoons like, oh, I hate broccoli. But for me, that was onions.
I see.
But
Yeah.
but if it's like kind of like in a sauce or like on a steak, you know, like where it's kind of like soaked up the, kind of more stronger flavors, I can eat it. But if it's just like an onion just by itself or like kind of sprinkled on top of something, I'm like, take it off.
Yeah, it does have a biting and even some would say fetid taste that in some places like to bolster it or as an additional taste, some regions, some cultures use the spice asafoetida to add that extra
Oh,
stink and it's kind of like that in that added as a background singer to other foods It can add a little magic, but in front, maybe it's not everybody's taste.
Mhm. I can understand that.
Yeah. Do you think water can be delicious?
Oh, absolutely. Have you ever been like working outside or like doing something outside and like you're all hot and stinky and then you finally get into the air condition, you get some water with some ice cubes in it, you drink it and it just tastes like an oasis in a desert.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And when there's the right balance of minerals, it can taste like almost sweet.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How about once the crunch is cooked out of it, do caramelized onions work for you? Asks Sanguine Hibiscus.
Caramelized onions, that hmm. Again, it just depends on the dish, but generally, yeah, caramelized onions definitely work a lot better for me than just like raw onions.
Yeah, perhaps driving out some of those stinky, volatile organic compounds. Um, Vegetables, man. Specifically the tuberous kind, the starchy kind. If you had to
Hmm.
give up one starch forever, which would it be? And I mean broad categories like potato or pasta, bread, rice, things like that. If you had to give up one starch forever, who would be first on the chopping block and who would be too precious to ever give up?
Well, shoot, that's a tough one because if you have a bread, that means you can't eat burgers or any other thing like that. No sandwiches. And I do love me some chicken Alfredo. That's got to be my favorite pasta.
Oh,
And potatoes are just like in a lot of things that I like. There's baked potatoes, French fries. Like, that's a tough one. I
it sounds
think
like. Oh,
if I had to choose just one to give up, just because I don't think I could live without the others, I'd have to give up pasta. Just because, yeah, it's
oh.
like there's like the potatoes and bread. That's just like too broad of a category each to cut off completely.
I think I understand. Yeah. I would agree with pasta, but I was surprised cuz it sounded like at first I would have guessed that rice sounded most expendable from what you described.
Well, I I am Hispanic, so I do have a lot
Ah,
of love for rice. Sorry if I
it
didn't really
can't be
get going to
avoided.
that one. I guess it's on my mind, but
Well, some things are matter of
uh,
fact.
mhm, mhm.
Mhm. Wonderful. So, are you the kind of person who keeps pets?
Uh, actually, we have had some pets. Uh, I say I have, but it's more like the family's, kind of pet.
Mhm.
Like we all kind of take care of and stuff. At the moment, we have a little Yorkie, and before that, uh, they were they were like a bigger dog. I don't remember the breed. They were like a mix, not like a mutt kind of thing, but they were like a good dog. Unfortunately, though, I don't know if they got taken or they uh, just escaped out of the fence. It was sad, but it's uh, I'd say like we've had a lot more uh, dogs and cats though.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I really hate stories of people like just taking animals, and as someone who the cat distribution system has worked for all my life, like I've always been
Hmm.
pretty reassured like this cat is starving and needs a home. It has always been like my paranoid fear that I am accidentally taking away someone's cat or something. But
Oh
I'm really sorry to hear that the your dog being like snatched by someone was a possibility. Like,
yeah, unfortunately, we had I wouldn't say like it was like confirmed, but just that uh like a neighbor came to us and said like, hey, we saw somebody like suspicious. They were kind of like trying to lure the dog out.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it was because they were kind of more like a mixed breed, but I think they kind of looked more like a pit bull. And sad to say that that's the kind that like some not so nice people kind of go for. They
Yeah.
were a good dog though. They were actually a rescue that uh it's a long story, but basically uh we had gone to uh a friend of the family had basically said like, "Hey, there's this dog here." I don't remember the exact circumstances, but uh basically they had just been left and they didn't even have a collar, like they just were like had like a chain looped around them.
Oh no.
Uh yeah, and it kind of scuffed up their neck pretty bad because like it was just like a chain, like metal, and poor thing. Um, but yeah, we had them for a good long while before uh, either they managed to wiggle out or they got taken or lured away. We don't know for sure, but it's sad.
Yeah.
Before that though, they were a good dog, and we love them a lot. And I
I
just
yeah.
want to focus on the good times.
Yes, I agree. And I hope that all the love you gave them the fortitude to get through whatever it was that happened next in their life.
Mhm.
Um so, um do you like tea or coffee? Are you a tea person or a coffee person?
That's actually a funny story. When I was younger, I actually really liked tea. Um, I don't know if it was just because of the silly commercial with the snowman or what,
Uh-huh.
but I drank a lot of tea when I was little. But nowadays, it doesn't really have that same zing for me. Now I'm more of a coffee kind of person.
Oh, were you drinking like good old black tea or Lipton tea and stuff before?
Lipton, yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
brand.
Nice. Well, interesting. Are you like a good old like plain black coffee kind of person, or do you like your cafe au laits?
Oh no, I definitely. I don't think I can quite have it like just like pure black, but I definitely like it with at least two cream and two sugars.
Oh, that's about as much as I have in my tea.
Oh, really? There's creamer and sugars for tea too?
Well, yeah, you can
Oh, I did not know that.
you can do like milk
I
tea or put honey and stuff in it.
Oh, wow. I guess because, not to exactly dox myself, but, I'm from South Texas, so, people
Mm.
love their sweet tea here, like, just plain tea and sugar, just it is, like it's actually kinda funny. At my job, we, uh, just make, like, literal gallons of it, like, around the clock just because we have some people coming through and in the drive-through and the lobby just, like, they will like drain both the drive-through and the lobby dispensers of teas if we aren't keeping up with it.
Oh man, big old things. I know of some places where you can buy it by the gallon through the drive-through. Yeah. Not to not to dox myself, but former places I've lived are like in the South, but culturally not the South. So sweet tea was around, but I never
Oh
got
yeah,
to a place where like it suddenly became you ask somebody if they like coffee or tea and they say the only way they drink tea is sweet tea. So
tea is better than horrible bean juice. Well, tea is just leaf juice. How about that, Alex?
I like I'm really partial to tea. The only coffees I've really liked are ones that are so intense that they are almost like tea, like Middle Eastern, Ethiopian, or Omani coffee. Like
Really?
yeah, are the only ones I've liked. Like in a university, there was a student association that would sometimes serve Middle Eastern coffee, and just a little shot glass of that was all right by me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've really had like a shot of espresso or anything like that. I hear like it's like, that really like wakes people up.
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, it's
I
super
don't think I've
concentrated.
personally tried it. I drink instant coffee and drip coffee. Hmm.
I hear that instant coffee is a good addition to chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like in the dough. It amplifies the chocolate or something.
Wait, so like you bake the coffee in the cookies? That's
Because the
like while it's
instant coffee
like are you talking about the?
is the instant coffee, which is water soluble, so it'll integrate.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do
Oh
you cook
wow.
or bake much?
That's the funny thing. I actually really like to cook, but I just don't really have a lot of opportunities to do so because I am either working or I am doing my other job, which is DoorDash, just to
Oh, I
be
feel
honest.
that.
Yeah. Um, but I actually did buy a D&D cookbook a while back, and I plan to
Oh,
uh, cook some stuff on stream with that. But unfortunately, due to some circumstances that we don't really need to go into on here, it just didn't end up working out.
no, I
The
understand.
place I tried to move into, that was kind of I guess to give like some context, I bought it because I had planned to move out of my family's house with some friends, but that didn't end up working out, and I had to move back in. So that kind of bummed me out a little bit. But
Oh, I'm
I do
sorry to
still
hear that.
plan to make some. What was that?
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. It was a little sad, but I still have the cookbook at least. I hopefully I can make some recipes like that, or make some recipes in that book one day. Maybe not on stream, but maybe just for me, because I do love to cook because it is really fun to make stuff and then you get to enjoy it afterwards, you get to eat it.
Oh, absolutely. And especially if you have friends there, it's like one of the most fundamental ways you can give and care for each other. And hey,
Hmm.
even if you don't have the chance to cook it on stream, I know that you do just chatting streams, and you could still share your journey with the cookbook with the community. And man, I will say, having tried to set up a cooking hand cam once, it is a lot of work. Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah.
I just
No,
took
I couldn't figure it out when I tried to set up a hand cam stream, not just for the cooking, but also for like I really wanted to paint some D&D models on stream.
oh, model painting. I love that.
Yeah, I just thought that would be fun.
Oh my gosh, I love painting models. It's been so long since I've gotten to. I would love to see that.
Yeah. I don't know if you do a lot of nowadays there's like you can like 3D print your own models at home. Like I remember when I say this gonna make me sound so old, but I remember when 3D printing was just barely becoming like consumer friendly in air quotes.
Mhm.
When I was graduating high school, and I remember our teacher actually like pulled some strings and like begged to get it approved to have a 3D printer in our school. And I remember them printing
Oh
like a
wow.
phone case of that had like the like a little gear, like two little gears that you could spin. And not to like uh, harp on them or like the people making the stuff back then, but the lines and the print quality was very rough. And nowadays, you can buy a 3D printer for like a fraction of the price that they probably paid for back then, like a decade ago, and the quality will be like pretty like incredible. To be
Hardly
honest,
need to
like
sand it or anything. Yeah.
yeah, and even if you don't like, you don't have to like make it like uh perfect. Honestly, like I don't know if you are familiar with like craft like home craft and like DIY, because I actually
Yeah,
did
quite a bit. Yeah.
before I streamed, I actually used to make a lot of uh, D&D terrain, like following just like a bunch of YouTube tutorials,
Oh yeah,
like
I am
little.
constantly saving packaging and little pie tins and things to turn into terrain for the physical games
Mhm.
I'm probably not
Yeah,
gonna have.
I bought a foam cutter that's like a little hot wire that you slide like foam across, and that will like cut it into like shapes and squares and stuff like that.
Oh, I've always
And you
wanted
just
to
hot glue
try
that
one of
together.
those.
Yeah, it's like it. It's really fun, and that is why I do this, because I really just have fun doing this. I have fun streaming. I have fun making things, drawing. This is what really is what I have passion for. I love doing this. Whether I have one viewer or 100, I just really like to do this from the bottom of my heart.
That's absolutely lovely and exactly the kind of dialogue we're trying to get at here in this
Mhm.
stream. And that was actually the next question was what motivates you to keep streaming? And you summed it up pretty succinctly, the deep satisfaction of the creative process and what you do, even it seems in not to put words in your
Mhm.
mouth. But I'm just trying to paraphrase what I got from your statement there. So
Mhm.
yes, um,
I don't want to bring the vibes down, but yeah, definitely streaming is definitely the beacon of light in otherwise bleak times that I'm having right now. And while it's not, you know, horrible, I really do wish I had more time to do it, to do cooking streams, to do art streams and stuff like that. And I just make do with what I can. A lot of the stuff I like the background of my stream right now. I mean, obviously we're on your stream on YouTube, but for those watching on Twitch, I drew this
go
background
follow on
myself.
Twitch. Link below.
I I of course like a little map and like a little poster thing that was like uh I've been planning to add more stuff like references to friends and other streamers, like do a little plushie. Like maybe I could do a little plushie of you and put on the shelf there.
Oh,
That'd be
that would be
fun.
lovely. I'd be honored.
Yeah. And but yeah, like this model, it was a gift from a close friend of mine. The like it's it is tough sometimes, but like I said, I do this because I'm passionate about it and it gives me joy. And I don't imagine that I'd ever be like huge mega streamer with like 1,000 viewers, but you know, I never imagined I'd be interviewed. You know, I never imagined I'd have 100 viewers, let alone 300 viewers. And here I am 3 years later, and you never know. Who's saying in another 3 years I won't have 3,000 followers while I'm streaming? But
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, most people who are super successful, who I've seen, have honed their craft over honestly like basically a journeyman professional's amount of time, like 6 years or so. And I definitely one of the things that drove me to want to interview you even before this project, this interview show was something I wanted to do, was the air of confidence and the way that you interact with your chat. The genuine way and your just mastery of chat interaction. Like when we were just playing TF2 and messing around, which I don't think I had streamed that at that point. I was just reacquainting myself with TF2. I was like, whoa, this June Juley person, how long has she been doing this? Kind of like, kind of like, I want to be like her kind of thing.
that you don't know how happy that makes me to hear that, and it it's kind of, I wouldn't say hard for me to imagine somebody looking up to me like that, because I guess I'm the one that's been looking up to other streamers being like, wow, this person is amazing. I hope I'm as good as them. And to hear somebody else say that about me is just so humbling. And I'm happy that I could be a positive influence on you.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, yeah, I think I was talking about this with my chat in Discord recently, the chatters who are in Discord, um, about my personal philosophy towards that sort of thing. And I think it is one of the greatest honors, and I hope to someday inspire someone else. Or, like, if everybody in my Discord chat went on to go do greater things, and be their own kind of content creator or streamer creative, or anyone sharing on the internet, sharing joy on the internet, I would be honored. Which, oh, don't forget your sick, nasty King of Fighter skills. That's right. Hadn't you like? I forgot we played King of Fighters 98, and you picked up on it really, really well. I forget you hadn't played it before, right?
Yeah, I hadn't played that before actually. I obviously I'm not, you know, the best, but I, like I said, I did kind of pick up on it. I guess I have been playing video games for quite a long time, so it's kind of like the uh, learned experience or like the experience under my belt.
Yeah. I've
But
also.
I,
Oh yes, sorry.
oh, go ahead. But
Oh,
I was just happy to. No, you
we're doing
first.
the thing. I'll let you go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was, yeah, I was just happy to spend time with friends and hang out and play. I just really enjoyed having a good time with you and Elkantar and Cyrus and everyone else that we were just playing along. I didn't care about, who's winning or not.
Yeah, I just found it remarkable. And I've heard it said that, like, some fighting games, SNK games, either just click with your brain or they do not, and it appears that they click with your brain. So to circle this back to the concept of sharing joy, if you were to share the joy of food, if there was one food or one dish that you love that you could have everyone you know try, what food would that be?
100% chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos?
hmm I have wanted to make some chicken tacos for my friends for quite a long time. Uh, the group that I stream Pathfinder with, we've kind of joked about it a couple times, but I seriously hope we do one day just like meet up and hang out and like
Aw,
we
yeah.
kind of have like our own like we bring our own little like snack and stuff or something like that or like a little dish. We all just like share and have a good time together.
Yeah, I dream of
And
that too with my group.
yeah, and that's really all I want to do, just to spread the joy, whether that's on stream or in person. That's really all I'm here for. You know,
Wonderful. All
More
right.
of a beefsteak, aka carne asada. I mean, I do love a good fajita taco. Um, it's uh honestly like it's kind of 50-50 for me. I do love beef and I do love chicken tacos, but I don't know why I just like chicken tacos. They just like I don't want to go on a tangent about food here. Sorry.
It's the show's about food. Good, that's a welcome tangent.
Just like sometimes the meat can be like a little greasy. Like the chicken though, like if you cook it right, it's like really juicy and it just like soaks up all like the stuff you put in, like the cheese. And I actually, full disclosure, I like to eat my tacos with some ranch dressing on top.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like it's almost like not like a salad when you like the lesson tomato and the cheese and like the shell. I don't know. That's just a little quirk of me, I guess. But
I can see it with chicken. I can see it with chicken.
mhm.
By the way, is this like a shredded chicken, or like how do you do the chicken when you're just having a
Oh
good
yeah,
old
shredded
chicken?
chicken. Sorry,
Yeah.
not like a no. It's just like a whole like chicken thigh just like in the taco.
It's got the. Can I get this taco boneless, please? Ah, speaking of boneless things, ranch and wonderful flavors, nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese, yeah. All right, say we're going on a road trip and stopping at a gas station. What snacks do you grab?
Uh, definitely. I definitely think the like some people don't really appreciate on a road trip, especially if it's like a really long road trip, is just like some people will load up on like chips and like junk food stuff. You really ought to have uh like refreshments, like actual like waters and other like snack foods that if you're on the road for like a long while and like there's no rest stops or gas stations for like a long while, uh like a bag of chips might fill you up for a little bit, but like we cycle it back to like granola or trail mix, that stuff that will like really like fill your stomach up for a little bit longer, you know?
Yeah, chips will run right through you, man. the
Or heaven forbid that like you get stranded for like a while, or you wait for like uh you pop a tire or something and you're waiting on like someone to pick you up and you just don't have anything to drink, you know?
it's all salty chips. Hey,
Hmm.
welcome to chat DM Danger and everyone else. By the way,
Danger, hi.
did I acknowledge you,
That's
Sinclair?
actually
Hi, buddy. Oh, you know DM Danger?
uh yes, they are actually one of the players from the Pathfinder game I play on Saturdays.
Oh, hello. What was it? What was that show? What was it called? The Path to uh
Path to Halfless.
yeah, shout out to the D&D show you're in. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that. How was your experience being a player streaming actual play D&D virtually been? What's that like? I've always wanted to dip my toe into that.
Well, it certainly is it's a group effort. It's not one person. No one's really the star. No one's like really like the main character. We do kind of joke about uh one of our players that she's the main character, but everyone deserves his time in the spotlight. I have just been really thankful to go on this journey for the past 2 years with my friends. And as far as like streaming it, it's something that I've uh, I don't say I worry about, but like I said, like I don't want anyone to feel like I'm the star of the show just because I'm the one streaming it. I'm more asked and got everyone's approval to do so because I wanted just to be able to look back on like the moments and stuff like that that we've gotten to play together, you know? I actually have gone off on my own to like watch like rewatch episode 1 and just like see everyone uh back when we were first just kind of
Aw.
figuring it out and just kind of looking back on that, and then seeing where we are now 2 years later, and it's it's been really fun. I don't hopefully it's hard to gush about it for a little bit.
Oh, no shame in that. Hey, it's we're here to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I definitely there's a lot of that I can relate to, especially the accidental main character in a group where we all agree to fair and even play, but somehow the narrative just ends up being like about one person. But also, yeah, I don't think there's anything I think it's actually quite cool. What you're doing is kind of like a modern facilitator role for what's something that has pretty much always been a part of D&D. And I feel like
Mhm,
modern groups don't have this as much, but it was not uncommon back in the day to divide roles like, okay, you are the map maker. You're the one who makes the logs after each session. You're the XP tracker. All of these different roles, and what you're doing is facilitating sharing the joy of D&D and creating a record of your play with buddies like DM Danger here in chat.
mhm. Uh, Sinclair's asking, or not Sinclair, Cannon's asking, I wonder if she would play Foxhole with Shmuppi and maybe even start a regiment? Is that an RPG or maybe some kind of tabletop game?
Oh, it's not a tabletop game, but Tabletop foxhole? That would be an interesting concept. It's a logistics and military sim game that is surprisingly
Oh,
chill. And yeah, maybe I might open a public regiment someday once I reach staff sergeant, but uh I actually think I suggested it to Elkantar and the our sort of goofy
oh,
crew.
wait, I think I remember. Yeah, I think in the group chat, right?
Yeah, once I reach staff sergeant and am able to make us a group together and feel like I've got a good enough handle to lead us in that experience, I would definitely like to lead you all in Foxhole.
Oh, even Danger knows Foxhole is right. Uh,
Yeah, they're gonna have an
Sinclair
airplane
said,
update soon.
"Ooh, nice." Sinclair says, "I tried D&D over, but the DM got sick, and we have been on hiatus since." Yeah, that is
Oh,
the unfortunate thing. Like, it's actually a joke that we kind of say in the RPG community that scheduling is the true final boss because oh boy, it's really hard to sometimes to like just make sure everyone has like their schedules line up or like is available. Uh, yeah, unfortunately, our GM Fuzzy they were sick last week, so we had to cancel and like for that
oh.
somebody missed, and it but that's fine. Like I stress to everybody, like especially the GM, that if you're uh not 100%, like don't force yourself to do it. It's not an obligation, we're just having a fun game together. And whether aside from the fact like like I'm streaming it, like that's irrelevant to just us having fun.
Yeah, definitely a sentiment I agree with. Um, it's been tough. I have a group that's been doing one continuous story for well over 2 years now, and just our lives, scheduling, it's so difficult sometimes, but we persist because we know that when it does come together, sometimes, what is it? Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Grow fonder.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear about your campaign, actually. How's that been going?
Oh,
You
it's
said it's
been
been going on for about 2 years, is about as long as ours.
Oh yeah, we're doing 5th edition D&D. We're doing Gary Gygax's Temple of Elemental Evil, and actually
Oh,
I began it just working out of the AD&D one and just reworking it cuz I have a philosophy of like I don't always need a conversion, like you're going to change it according to your group anyway. Um
hmm?
but then this awesome 5e conversion by Goodman Games came out that is like two massive wizardly tomes that has both the AD&D version of this massive 4-story mega dungeon and a 5e conversion with stats for all of the NPCs and everything that I would have my characters, the players would be encountering eventually. So
Yeah, that
we're
sounds
going with that.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really great. They are on the fourth basement level, forging onward. They have a path towards finishing this. I'm not going to say much about what that path is. Only I, as the DM, see the roads laid out before them. But I'm very, very excited. They are in the third act for sure.
Oh, that's amazing to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Un Unfortunately, I'm just the passenger for the ride. Fuzzy, like I said, is the GM of the game, but our our sessions have been going on such a wild adventure. Eh, if you if you allow me to just uh, again gush about the story, it's
Yes, please.
like I said, um, our characters started off like just like not necessarily mercenaries, but just like we're all coming together for like a adventuring job,
Ragtag crew.
and ragtag crew, yeah. Um, my character was actually like really distrustful at the start, the classic rogue, and we actually ran afoul of a gorgon or Medusa or Lamia, whatever you want to call it,
Oh,
and uh, through some shenanigans that uh, maybe aren't uh, 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 sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied here. Uh,
oh, take your
let's
time.
just say that my character accidentally seduced the dragon on that one, and
Oh.
through uh through some through some very intense in character role play, and I swear on my dice, a nat 20, I managed to talk down the Lamia, and they became sort of like a not uh what's the word, like sponsor of our group, but like
A
kind of like
patron.
yeah, and that kind of settled that conflict, as we all kind of continued our adventure. And the current plot that we are uh, trying to solve is that we entered a city that uh, had its magic artifact stolen, and
Oh, what kind of artifact?
it was a series of magic rings that
Mm-hmm.
the Empire was using as, uh, let's just say, we believe it's a weapon. We don't know the full story, but uh, yeah, that may be why it got stolen. We don't know for sure. We're trying to find that out. Um,
Intriguing.
hmm And we were the suspects at the time until we found the actual people that stole it. But just as we confronted them, a green dragon appeared and basically stole the ring from them. And that kind of set off the, I guess you could say, not the deadline, but that without the magic ring in as a power source, the thing that may or may not be a weapon might explode in
Oh
a few
no.
months. Yeah, so that is kind of the quest we're on, is to find the dragon and get the ring back, and possibly give it back to the Empire, or maybe stop them. We don't know for sure yet. That's the beauty of it, because I'm just along for the ride. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
am I'm very eager to see what Fuzzy has in store for us. But yeah, it's been a fun session.
Lovely. And does that other faction, do you think they're still going to be around as a competitor searching for this ring?
That actually is something that is relevant to Danger's character, because
Ah.
uh, they play an automaton actually, and uh, the people that stole it were also other like automaton robots, and uh, we
Mm-hmm.
actually have like the current session we're in. We tracked down like the group, or like not the group, so like the uh, sorry, it's kind of hard to like to give like the Cliff Notes version of it, but uh, we basically tracked down their group, and uh, or at least part of them, and we are confronting them now. And hopefully we'll learn more about that group, and maybe along the way we'll find out the secret of whatever that magic artifact is that the Empire was kind of hiding, and if it was a weapon or not, we'll have to see.
Wonderful. I'm going to have to tune in. You've definitely caught my attention with that summary.
Yeah. hmm
All right.
It's like I said, that that's just like the beauty of having the streams recorded. We have all the VODs on my YouTube channel, and yeah, that's just
Oh, I'll
I'm
be sure to
just
link to
really.
your YouTube too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's so that was something I am glad we have, so that way people can follow along. I like it'd be like, imagine if I told you like, oh yeah, we had this epic adventure where we fought a giant robot wearing overalls on a sky ship, and then a dragon came
Uh,
and like yeah, and then you're like, oh cool, where can I watch? I'm like, oh sorry, we didn't credit. That was something I didn't want to happen. That would just feel like kind of disappointing, but it's really fun. And again, like, it's not really something, we're not trying to be like the next Critical Role or anything like that. That wasn't my intention. I'm just happy to have this fun little story to go along, whether or not we go on for another 2 years, or knock on wood, whether something happens where we have to go on hiatus for an indefinite period. I am just happy that we've had this journey to go on.
Hey, you're carrying on a noble part of the tabletop gaming tradition in a form
Mhm.
that only we people who are doing this weird ass online persona streaming, arranging audio visual stuff thing can do. It's place and time. We're doing something that is generational in a way that is so here and now. And I just think that's really
Mhm.
fun. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap this show up very soon. But I do have one final food centric question for you. And that is, say you got the opportunity to wipe all memories of one particular food and then eat it again for the first time. What food would you choose?
That is a tough question, but I guess I would have to say ice cream.
Oh, any particular kind?
Mm, cookies and cream. Has to be my
Oh,
favorite ice cream flavor.
excellent.
Because I just imagine that'd be like such a experience, to have again for the first time.
Mm-hmm. I
What would
pers-
you what would you like to experience again for the first time, if I may
Oh.
ask? Flip it around on you.
Hmm. There's a number of foods I'd like to have, but I couldn't now because I've developed food allergies as an adult.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's weird. Like all types of lettuce will kill me. I have to carry an EpiPen. It's so weird
Wait,
to ask
lettuce?
for. Yeah, it's so weird to ask for a burger with no lettuce at the drive-thru. Um,
Oh,
but what else? Oh, barbecue chicken burger. I've not had Cheesecake Factory, but that is a good option, DM Danger.
wait, a barbecue chicken burger from a place called the Cheesecake Factory?
That's what DM Danger is suggesting as their personal choice.
Huh. I think there is a Cheesecake Factory, like, in the big city a drive away. Maybe I should go and try that sometime.
I've been meaning to try one. I have no idea where the nearest one is. I think mine would honestly be, so there's this, hmm. Oh man, I didn't expect to be the one asked this. Dang, really put on the spot. I think probably just, if I could have it, okonomiyaki, Japanese cabbage pancake, which I can't have. It's one of the things I'm allergic to. But if I could,
Oh no.
it's got like shrimp. It's just like a fritter you fry on both sides. You got pork belly and all kinds of toppings on it, and it's great. And it is my life journey now to replicate okonomiyaki with foods that I can eat. So,
I've I'm
yeah.
sorry that you can't have it, but hopefully you find a way to substitute it.
Menu lore? What are you talking about, Sanguine Hibiscus? There's lore hidden in their menu?
Oh wow. Is that the adventure? The next adventure hook? The adventuring party goes to a cheesecake factory and they find the hidden lore?
Infiltrating the factory of the cheesecakes, we must find the sauce. So thank you, everybody. I want to thank everybody in chat. We got Base Cannon Sinclair, who regrettably has left. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could have said hi, buddy. Sanguine Hibiscus,
Oh
DM
no.
Danger, and everybody else who's popping in, past, present, and future. This has been a lovely and really, I think, fruitful interview with the intrepid June Juley. Once again, you can find my buddy here over at JuneJuleyVT on Twitch.com.
And Blue Sky.
And Blue Sky. That's right. All right. I
Mm-hmm.
want to thank you for your time. And everybody, I bid you, no matter where you are in space and time, peace and glub. Peace and
Peace and glove.
glub.
Bye everybody.
Bye.